Welcome back to Scotty's Picks and Props. I'm your host, Scotty Z. Let's get into it. Today is September 14th. We have here now our data sheet. It's called stathead.com. It's basically 3 websites that are really good. This website costs about $9 a month, so if you don't want to professionalize it, you can go here to Baseball Savant or MLB.com where they have preview matchups. So I like Baseball Savant. It's connected to MLB.com, but it has more advanced data sets here. So the first thing you want to do, of course, is look and see which are the good matchups, right? So you're going to look and you're going to see here that the good matchups start here at the top, right? So we're going to organize it by batting average, right? So you're going to see here when we organize it by batting average that we have players who hit 1,000. Now, when they've only got 2 hits, that's not really enough data to show that they're doing really great at the pitcher. The ideal is that they've had at least 2 separate matchups with the pitcher where they've proven that they can do really well. The ideal would be, of course, they hit a home run, they hit a double, right? If their slugging percentage goes up, then of course that's going to be an indicator that they're going to do really well. Now, let's look here down the sheet. So we have the first one here is Ahmed Rosario, right? So let's see what he's got going on here. Right, so we see here he's had basically 2 matchups, right? His last one was a ground out, then he had single, walk, double, right? So I like it when they've had at least, like at the bottom here, they've had at least 3 or like let's say 4 out of 5 with the last 2 getting a hit. Now none of these are extra base hits, which means that his exit velocity and his launch angle is not going to be very good, right? So that means that's not a good indicator for his ability to get a lot of extra base hits. So it's kind of like you have to kind of look at the advanced data set, right? So if you want to look at the advanced data set for this individual, you're going to go here to Baseball Savant, right? So go here now to Garrett Crochet versus Ahmed Rosario, right? So that's going to be the Red Sox versus the Yankees because Rosario just switched over to the Yankees. So let's see where this game is. Here we go. So we're going to click on Garrett Crochet, who of course is like an all-star, the potential Cy Young winner this year. And we're going to look over here, right? So we see here's his matchup, right? So Ahmed Rosario is here as number 4, right? So we're going to look at his XBA. He's hitting 472, which is pretty awesome, right? So even though he's hitting 833, which is awesome, he's still hitting about 500 expected batting average. Which means what? Which means that his singles were real singles, right? Because there's a lot of unpredictable stuff that happens in baseball, right? So he could hit the ball between the hole. He could hit a ball, just a fluke ball to the outfield, but here he's hit the ball pretty well, so that's a really good indicator, right? So the next thing we're going to do now is go to a website called statmuse.com. Now, if you don't have that, you can get a free version. They also give you a bit of a free version here, but you can go just straight on Google as well. AI does pretty well on that. So you're going to look up here and you go Ahmed Rosario by game, right? So you're going to see what he's done recently. Okay, so it looks like he's been out a lot, right? So he hasn't played a lot of games. His last game was September 10th. So maybe he's injured, right? So we're going to check here Ahmed Rosario's status. See if there's any news on him. Right, so it looks like he's been hurt. 1 month ago he was hurt. So yeah, he doesn't really look like he's been playing the game so well. So that he hasn't been playing at all. So that's going to be a no. Next, we're going to go down the list here and we're going to see Jonathan India. Now, this is a very good one, right? Because he has 1 home run here and he's 5 of 8, right? So this is the first one that really caught my eye when I started this. Great. So we see here now Jonathan India versus Aaron Nola. Now, here's the problem. The problem with that is this is 2023 and 2021. So a lot can happen in 2024, 2025. So he has a fly ball, which is not good. So his last at-bat wasn't good. Then he had a double, strikeout, single, home run, right? So this is not a good one, right? So when it's 2023, 2021, we don't really want that, right? Next, we have Willie Castro, right? So I'm not even sure if Willie Castro's in the starting lineup, right? So let's look at the starting lineup for the game with the Cubs today. Right, so we see he's batting here. Batting 7th in the lineup, so that's pretty good. But the problem is that we're looking for him to get a hit. So let's do something free. Just type in Willie Castro's stats. So Google's going to give you those stats. You're going to see here he got one at bat. So he hasn't really been playing, but now he's playing, of course, because he's doing really well. So that's an indicator. But he's only batting 7th. So he got a hit, a hit, a hit, a hit. So that's pretty good. So he's on the thing. But the problem is he's hitting under 200, right? So that's not so good. He's born 1997, so he's going to be year of the ox, which is good. So he's a pretty strong, tough player. Year of the fire ox. So that's a good indicator. But yeah, it's kind of wishy-washy here, right? And his data is okay. Single, single, single. We see his expected batting average is 472. So yeah, I wouldn't do this one, but that's an interesting one. We say Jonathan India was too late, so let's now continue down the list. So now we have only 3 at bats. I like to look for at least 3 hits. That's a pretty good indicator. So we have Gavin Sheets here. Right. So we have Gavin Sheets. Okay, so he's had at-bats in 2025, so that's good. He said single groundout, single walk, single strikeout, all right? So once again, this is kind of on the edge there. I wouldn't really trust it. So I'd like to look at his expected batting average as well to see, because he has a lot of singles. And when he has doubles and homers, then you know for sure that he's hit the ball really well. But in this situation, I'm not really sure. So this is the Padres and the Rockies. So they're probably playing a late game. Here we go. We got German Marquez here. People get a lot of hits off this guy. We have Gavin Sheets here, 625. Wow, so that's really good. So his average is a 600 and his expected batting average is 625. So he's done okay. His exit velocity is okay, almost 100. So he's he's kind of a toss-up once again. But he's done good. I think that there's a chance that he'll for sure get a hit, but I would put him maybe on the lean list. Okay. Let's continue here. We got Lars Nootbaar. He's an interesting one. All right, single, single, strikeout, groundout, lineout, double. Once again, kind of on the edge. None of these guys are like really, really standing out. So let's go Lars Nootbaar stats. Wow, so he's done pretty good. Wow, he's on a hitting streak. Hit, double. Wow, 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 wow. Cool. So yeah, and he's also year of the ox, 1997, right? That's pretty good. Year of the fire ox. Yeah, he's pretty awesome. Right, cool. So that's a good one. Single, single, strikeout, groundout, lineout, double. Right, so let's see what his expected batting average is. He's with the Cardinals. Right, here we go. Against the Brewers. Wow, only 268, right? So that's even less. His batting average is 500. It's half, right? So that means that the balls he hit might have not done well. And look at his exit velocity, over 91, minus 1.2, which means he's a lot of ground outs. Yeah, once again, kind of a toss-up. None of these are like really, 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 really awesome yet. And one hit, 2 hit is kind of like, I don't know if I really go there. Cody Bellinger is good. He's playing against Garrett Crochet, who's a Cy Young winner. So that's pretty good. But now we're getting under 500, right? Right. Okay. So we have here 2025, we have ground out, strikeout, single, ground out, fly ball. Right? So he's not done very well. So in 2024, 2025, early he did pretty good, but his last at-bats he hasn't done well. But it is Cody Bellinger, so he's a really, really good player. So let's see. I've gotten a lot of good hits on him over the season. Wow, 2 hits, 1 hit, 1 hit. All right, so he's doing really well. 1995. So this is year of the pig. So this is kind of his enemy year because it's year of the snake. Yeah, so that means like next year he's gonna have a breakout year. So I guess if he's already doing so well this year, whatever. But he's making $25 million a year. Now he's a good one, but he's pitching against Garrett Crochet. Yeah, look at that. Last 7 at bats, he's only got 1 hit. So it's like, but it's Cody Bellinger. He's pretty awesome. All right, we go down the list here. We have Wilson Contreras. All right, Michael McCullough. He's a pretty good pitcher for the Cardinals. Miles McCullough. Okay. Yeah, sorry if this is a bit whatever. Just trying to like get into the data a bit more, kind of like show everyone what's happening more. Okay, so we see here 2025, he got ground and strikeout, walk, fly ball, walk, right? So that's not very good. Right, so I definitely would be suspect. Even though he's a great hitter, I would be suspect on Wilson Contreras. Right, so now we're getting below 400, but here's like the last one, kind of Patrick Bailey. He looks good. Yeah, so we said like Lars Nootbaar was like a good one, like a lean. If you can get him at over a hit. He's also an 8, so that's good. Yeah, so he gets a lot of money, makes stuff happen for sure. But he's only hitting 245 this year. But he's gotten a hit in his last 7 games, so it's pretty awesome. Okay, he's got hit. You can see all that here on the screen. Right, okay, Patrick Bailey. Right, single pop-out, single home run, fly ball, ground, and strikeout. Right. So he's done okay. Yeah, once again, this is not a great look. Right. So this is tough. This is tough for this one, for sure. Right. Seiya Suzuki, Manny Machado. Yeah, once we get over 400, I start to get a bit concerned. But yeah, see ground out, hit by pitch, walk, right? So that's not good for Michael Busch. Manny Machado, he's a great player. Let's see what he's done recently. 5 will pop out, right? So he hasn't even done well. The last 9 pipes over the last season. So like, yeah, I would definitely think Manny Machado would go under. So under these you could actually go under on. But it's kind of the indicators, I would say, when you're looking for hits. Now let's look for, and it doesn't have to be a hit every day, understand? Like, you don't have to get a hit every day. You understand? Like, type shit, you don't need to. Like, it's okay to just, like, I don't know, play it safe, bro. Like, money doesn't fall off trees, right? So if you feel like the situation is not whatever, like, you want to make sure the situation is like where you want it to be, you understand? So you don't want to be like, oh my God, now I have to like whatever. Like, yeah, you don't want that. You want to be able to like, yeah. All right, here we go. So we got strikeouts. Wow. So Aaron Judge has 9 strikeouts and 12 at-bats. Incredible. Wow. Ellie White, 9 and 17. Wow. But this is Aaron Judge. If Shohei Ohtani, 7 for 15. Wow. So, yeah. That's crazy. Right. Well, Aaron Judge can strike out. I mean, he's playing against Garrett Crochet. So Garrett Crochet is literally like the best player probably besides, Tariq Skubal. So like, yeah. Interesting. I don't know. Maybe they get him on 1.5 though, but I don't know. Let's look up Aaron. We have to look him up on StatMuse because Google does not give that data straight up. All right, so we want to check out his strikeouts. Wow, so 0, 1, 1. Wow, so he's gotten a strikeout a lot. Over the last 7 games, he's got 7 to 8. Right, so he's like about like 7 to 10. Then he goes in slumps, right? So he hasn't got a strikeout the last game. Yeah. Interesting, but they might give you 1.5 strikeouts. But if you could get it on 1 strikeout, that's pretty interesting. Okay, like let's just be honest. 9 strikeouts and 12 at bats. That's crazy, bro. Wow, look at that. 2 strikes and almost every at bat. Well, 3-2 single, strikeout. Then he hit a homer, strikeout. Wow. So he's like trying to hit the ball hard. Look at that line drive to deep left, fly ball to deep left. Wow. So he's really like hitting the ball hard. Wow, interesting. Okay. Giancarlo Stanton, 3 of 4. Yeah, it gets a bit in the weeds and stuff, but like you have to put in the data every day to try to find like the good activity for sure. Right, so he's gotten a lot of strikeouts. 2-3. Right, so he's gotten a lot of strikeouts. Look at the strikeouts here. Look at that. 2-3, 2. Wow. Yeah, so Giancarlo Stanton, like he looks really good on strikeouts if he's going to be playing. And he's a superstar, so they still give him activity, even though he's kind of like in and out of the lineup. recently, but wow, strikeout, home run, strikeout, strikeout. Yeah, so I would say like definitely Giancarlo Stanton is interesting to look at. Aaron Judge also. Yeah, now we're getting down here kind of a bit in the weeds, but yeah, Jake Fraley is interesting, but I'm not sure if he's going to be in the starting lineup. Right. These stupid ads here. All right, so Jake Fraley, he plays for the Reds. Pretty sure. Maybe he got traded. Maybe he got traded? I'm not sure. He plays for the Reds. Okay. Right, so he's not even playing barely. But he's year of the pig, so he's not having a good year, but he's a 7. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so far I'd say like Giancarlo Stanton is interesting. Roman Lorio. Yeah, once you get down here and stuff to 2, it becomes harder. But yeah. You can kind of run it. You see here 2-2. I mean, these can hit for sure. But, you know, when you get to the 2s, it gets a little more complicated for sure. Roman Laureano, walk, ground out, strikeout. Right, so he hasn't gotten a strikeout recently. Right, so Garrett Crochet does really, really well against the Reds. So, yeah, that's interesting. Okay. All right, next up. Let's go here now to the batting average. Let's see who's like not having a good aim, so we can go under him. Right, so we got Ellie White, we got Zach Neto, right? So is Zach Neto first you have to check to see if these people are gonna be in the lineup. You understand? These people might not even be in the lineup. You understand? So, yeah. Wow, so Zach Neto's batting 3rd. Cool. And he's 0 for 11. Wow. So we can just go to Google for the stats. He must be hitting. Wow. So he's gotten a hit in the games. Wow. So he's like on a streak. And he's year of the snake, 2001. So this is really his year. So he's batting 3rd. Makes sense. Year of the snake. So he's probably doing like super well and stuff. Interesting. Zach Neto is really not a good player against Kirby. That's crazy. His name George Kirby? Yeah, George Kirby. Okay. Fly ball, walk, strikeout, fly ball, strikeout, ground out. Wow. Interesting. Right, so if he has like an under 1.5 bases line, that's pretty interesting. Giancarlo Stanton, we said over strikeouts might be interesting. Aaron Judge over strikeouts might be interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff here. There's a lot of interesting leans here for sure. We said Lars Nootbaar. But it's all about if we get the line or not, right? If we don't get the line, then it's kind of not there exactly. Ellie White, he's probably not going to play. Larissa Rice, he's 0 for 10. Wow. He plays for the Padres. Bam, he's playing 2nd. Wow, they really think he's a good player. Wow. Yeah, he's hard to bet against because he's kind of like an all-star, but at the same time, like he's not. So, yeah. Okay. Zoom in a bit. So we see here he's gotten really well. 2 hits, 1 hit, 3 hits, 1 hit. Wow. And he's also year of the ox. Yeah, a lot of these year of the oxes, right? 1997's year of the ox, and he's a 9. Yeah, he's a pretty good player. Oh, he's even got a nickname. He plays for Venezuela. He's playing 2nd. Yeah, it's hard to bet against these guys. But he's interesting. Him and Zach Neto are interesting. I don't think Ellie White's going to play just because it doesn't look like Ellie White's going to play. But we can check the Braves. Yeah, he's not even in the line. Okay, makes sense. Right. And they have the 0 for 7, 0 for 6. Jason Dominguez, right. Right, so he's kind of like whatever, but maybe if you could get him under 1.5 would be good also if he's playing. Let's see here. What's his name? Jason Dominguez. Right, so he's not even in the lineup. We got Rosario there because he was just doing so well. We were saying Stanton would probably get a strikeout. Judge would probably get a strikeout. They're not doing so well. We said Bellinger's doing well. Yeah, so we have kind of like the whole team here you kind of looked at. We didn't really look at the Red Sox and stuff. But yeah. Okay. Now, next thing you can kind of do is kind of go individually now into the Savant pitchers to kind of like look at the matchups, right? So you have here, he's only pitched 2 batters, but Aaron Nola's had 63 plate attempts against players, right? So this is pretty good. So you do like expected batting average. Okay, and you see Bobby Witt Jr.'s done really well. Wow, Jonathan India's done really well, right? So those guys were already like kind of on the board to do really well. Randall Gruchik, we said we're at 0 for 9. So I'm not even sure if he's going to be in the lineup for the Royals, but he might be. Nah, so he's not even in the lineup, so we don't have to worry about him. Right. Said Caballero's not doing good. I mean, wow, like the lineup for the Red Sox looks really good. It looks really good against them. Bobby Witt Jr., right? He's a really good player, Bobby Witt Jr. He's kind of like an underrated player, but at the same time, he's pretty good. Yeah, exactly. Like he didn't get a hit, 1 hit, but I think he's going to get a hit today. And he's Year of the Dragon. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it makes sense. So he's Year of the Dragon. He's got 0 hits, 1 hit. So I think he's pretty interesting for a matchup here. He's 2 for 3. He has a 598 expected batting average, almost 100 exit velocity. So he's hitting the ball pretty well, but it's only 3 at bats. But he's done pretty good. Now, if they want you to go like over 1.5, maybe. He's a good lane also. Yeah, I really like Bobby Witt Jr. He's pretty cool. Okay. And who did we say was after him? Jonathan India. Wow, Jonathan India is good. Is he going to be playing in the lineup also? Where is he really going to have India at in the lineup? Wow, so he's back here at the lineup batting 7th. But he's batting 7th. You got Witt batting 2nd. Yeah, India is cool. India is interesting. Yeah, Jonathan India is interesting. So yeah, like these are kind of like all leans. Like he didn't get a hit, 2 hits, 0 hits. Yeah, so he's interesting. Interesting. 1996, right? So what is that? Year of the Rat. Interesting. Yeah, he's an interesting player. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so I would say Bobby Witt Jr., Jonathan India are pretty interesting here. I guess they're not going to play Randall Gruchik. And yeah, these other guys are kind of like, once they're in like the 200, 300 range, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like a toss-up if you want to really kind of like deal with them. He's only pitched 2 pitchers. Okay, Framber Valdez, wow, he's a great pitcher. Well, I really like Valdez. Let's see here. So we saw Ellie White did horrible, but he's not even in the lineup. So let's see here. Wow, Acuna does good against him. Cool. Albies does good against him. Ellie White, Marcelo Zuna. Right. All right, got Ho-Sang Kim. Cool. Where's he from? The Dodgers? He's pretty cool. Ozzie Albies, Ronald Acuna Jr. Yeah, so is Acuna even playing? I think so. Sometimes he's out, but I don't know. Wow, they put him all the way 6. They put Hassan King 4th. Wow, the Braves are so interesting with their lineup, bro. They do so much weird stuff. Yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff. So anyway, so if you want to like learn and get my exact picks for the day, we can keep going through this for a while. But if you want to get my exact picks for the day, you'll just sign up on my Patreon account. I'll put those picks up. I'm hitting pretty good. Like on 2x picks, I'm probably like 80, 90%, like 2x. And then once you start to get to like 3, 4, I start to do pretty good too, like about 70, 80%. And then, once I've hit 5s and 7s, I'm probably still at 60, 70%. So I'm doing like pretty well. Of course, no one gets the best picks like all the time, but I'd say compared to like all the people, listen, I bought all the Patreons, I bought all the Dub Clubs, I did all that stuff, but I learned it all myself in the end because I realized I'm doing much better than these people because all you have to do is really reverse engineer, and the players, they're very mechanical, so they kind of like do a lot of stuff over and over again. So if you start to see a trend in the matchup, you start to see a trend in like he said 2 matchups, and then you see the last 5 games, he's got to hit 4 out of 5 times. In his last matchup, he got 2, 3 hits, and then he missed one. He got 4 out of 5 in his matchups. And you start to see these correlations, and they really start to work for sure. So yeah, you can piece together one strike. This guy's over strikeouts. This guy's over hits. This guy's under 1.5 bases. This guy's under 1.5 HRR, and you can start to kind of blend it together, get really interesting, cool parlays, and there's a lot more to say. So yeah, if you want to join my Patreon, really appreciate it. We of course can talk more and figure more stuff out. You can get my picks for the day, and yeah. Cool. So yeah, sweat it out. It's important to sweat, work hard, try to get to your goals and stuff like that. And yeah, it's not good to sweat your picks, but it's good if you get to where you need to get to. So anyway, I really appreciate it, and I've had a really great time talking to everybody. And yeah, I think that there's a lot more going on, and I think that there's a lot more to discuss. So if you want to discuss, I'm happy to, and we can talk more, and you can join my Patreon. You can also join my one-on-one consulting, and I can teach everything to every one of y'all, and we can try to get to our goals and make lots of money. Soon we got basketball coming up. Very excited about that. Football, I don't really do because it's not every day, but I'm really, really, really good at MLB and really, really good at NBA. So yeah, appreciate you guys, and wish everyone a good day. Peace out. And if you need anything, just put it in the comments or join the Patreon, and then we can talk one-on-one. Anyway, appreciate y'all watching Scotty's Picks and Props.